Okay, it's chapter 6.5. This is proportion and percent. Proportion and percent. Now, there are three types of problems that I'm going to be showing you today. But with all of them, you're going to have to remember this. When you see these words, is, please put it is right there, of, and this one is percent, and this one is 100. You need to keep this in mind. Is of percent 100. This proportion. Let's draw a little arrow here. So basically, for every problem, we're going to have to write this out. We're going to have to set up a proportion just like this. You know, bar equals bar 100. So every problem, you need to write this. Write this. These are the steps right here. Write this. The next step would be to plug in two numbers. Plug in two numbers. And the last step is just to solve. So we need to write this proportion, plug in two numbers, and then solve. So I'm going to separate this because these are my directions. And now we'll show three different types of problems that you'll see. So three types. And so we'll do three examples. Okay, so here's the first type of problem. It says 24 is what percent of 120? And of course a question mark. 24 is what percent of 120? Okay, the first thing we do is set up our proportion. Okay, so you have these two bars equals each other and then 100 down below. Okay, now if you look up above, we have the words is of percent 100. That's because that's where those numbers go. If you have an is number, it goes this spot. If you have an of number, it goes down here. If you have a percent number, it goes there. So what we have to do is figure out, we're going to be putting two numbers in here, and we're going to have one unknown. So let's just make it easy. 24 is. That is the is number. That is the is number. What percent? That's your percent number. And then of 120. That's the of number. We have an is percent and an of number. Okay, this is the first type of problem. We set up our proportion. Let's solve it later. Let's now go to number 2. Here's our second type of problem. What number is 40% of 80? What number is 40% of 80? Remember, we always set our proportion up like this. For every problem, we do this. Bar equals bar 100. Remember, this is the is number. This is where I'm going to put my of number down here. And I'll put my percent number up here. I just have to figure out which numbers to put where. Okay, so now let's move on to this sentence here. What number is 40%? Well, that's a percent number right there. I know that. 40%. That's your percent number. Then I have of 80. That's my of number. That's my of. So I have a percent, I have my of. What about my is number? What number is? What number is? We don't know the number. This is my is number. We just don't know that number. It's not given to us. We know the percent number. We know the of number. We don't know the is number. Okay, let's put those in the places they belong. So let's see. I know the percent number is 40. Percent goes up here. So I will put 40 right there. The of number is 80. The of goes down here. I will put 80. And you know what? I don't know the is. The question is, what number is? I don't know. That's what I need to solve. Okay, so we just set up, we'll solve it in a few minutes. Let's go on to number 3, the third type of problem.